Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining. Just going to wait a minute or so for more people to join and then we'll get going.
Okay. Hello, and thanks everyone for joining today's webinar, which is about benefits of working with Booking.com and Homhero. We're really excited about this webinar as it's the first of many more to come. With that said, if you have any feedback about this session, whether that be good or bad feedback, please reach out and let us know. Firstly, I do need to advise that this meeting is recorded. If you would like a copy of this webinar for those that could not attend, please send us an email after the show. To get started though, we are going to run a quick poll to learn more about you and if you are currently working with Booking.com or not. We would love to hear from you. Okay. Now today's webinar will run for approximately 30 minutes. Throughout the session, please use the Q&A box for your questions, and we'll have some time at the end to answer a few of them. If there are lots of questions, we'll respond to you directly after the webinar. Again, we're really excited to have everyone join us today. So let's get started. To introduce ourselves, I'm Eddie, Operations Manager at Homhero. I've been here for 3.5 years and I'm based on the Gold Coast. My role is to oversee the daily operations, onboarding, support, and training, as well as our integration partnerships.
Thanks, Eddie. Hi everyone, I'm Katrina. I work in our new partnerships and onboarding team, and I'm based here in the Sydney office. I've been with Booking for a long time now, coming up 6 years. I'm very excited to be here today. So let me quickly run through what we are going to cover. The first part of the session today will be focused on why you should be working with Booking.com and Homhero and the value that we can bring to your business. We will then jump into our myth-busting session, followed by what is new at Booking.com and what improvements we have made in the short-term rental space. We will end with a Q&A, so please stick around. And because there are quite a lot of people on the call today, we will go through each slide slowly to make sure no one misses anything. Awesome. So to kick us off, who is Booking.com and why work with us? As probably most of you know, we predominantly were a traditional based accommodation platform. And over the last 7 years, we have been expanding in the short-term rental market very rapidly. So just to give you an idea, as of this year, 2024, we actually have over 7.4 million home listings available globally on Booking.com for you and for our guests to stay in. Booking.com is a global company. We're based out of the Netherlands. We've been operating for close to 30 years now. We are very passionate about connecting travelers with the ideal stay, but also powering their overall travel experience from beginning to end. So you may have seen that we now actually offer flights, rental cars, and experiences through our platform, as well as accommodation. We are working towards facilitating the entire connected trip for our customers and being that one-stop shop. And we also know AI plays a very important role in that and the future of travel, which is why we have rolled out our new AI trip planner that customers can utilize for their start to end trip planning, which I'll cover later in the session. We are also seeing impressive growth in our bookings within the home space. 40% of our new holiday rentals actually received their first booking very quickly. And in the first half of this year, over 300 million room nights were booked through our platform globally. So these numbers really show the magnitude of our business and, more importantly, the value for you that we can bring to your business when you work with us. One of the things we are well known for is our marketing, which helps attract nearly half of all of our new guests to booking.com. So throughout critical times of the year, we will launch campaigns to engage guests through TV commercials or through social media such as TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And we also use banners on websites and outdoors as well, which you may have seen. This is to make sure that you are always top of mind for travelers. You may have seen our most latest television ad on at the moment with Tina Fey. A lot of the time, these commercials are specifically targeting holiday homes and the short-term rental space, which goes towards the commission that you pay, so we can do this marketing for you. There is also a lot happening behind the scenes with our company partnerships and PR to increase our brand awareness, which in turn helps to bring more customers to our platform, so that can result in more bookings for you. Most recently, we were the official sponsor at the Women's FIFA World Cup here in Australia and New Zealand, which was really awesome to be a part of. Alongside everything I have just gone through, there are a few other benefits of working with us. We have over 17,000 affiliate partners that we use to help market your property for extra exposure. And we also have dedicated local office support, which is literally me. I am in Sydney. I'm in the onboarding team. Most likely have spoken with some of you already, or you may have been in touch with my team when you first started working with us. So I help support new partners when they first onboard to booking.com, and I also support with our existing partners as well.
Thanks, Kat. We are now going to jump into our myth busting session now and cover a few topics. We will only cover a couple of myths today, but if you have a myth you want us to bust, send it through the chat and we can reach out after the session. All right, so myth one, Kat. We often hear feedback from partners where they are confused about the booking.com commission amount. So it'd be really great to clear this up.
Absolutely. And yeah, often when I speak with newer partners to the platform, sometimes they think our commission is as high as 20%. This is totally wrong. Our commission actually ranges between 12 to 15%. This is dependent on the location that your property is in. We are actually, in fact, one of the most competitive OTAs in the market for short-term rentals. And as you have previously seen, there is a lot of investment into the commission that you pay. Eddie, do you mind sharing where the partners can set up this in Homhero?
Absolutely. Now, this is always done during the onboarding process, but there are 3 areas in Homhero to be aware of when it comes to setting up your commission. The first place is your booking sources. This is located under your settings, general settings, and booking sources. There are 2 fields here you need to complete. One is the default source, which should be selected as booking.com. This will ensure all new bookings that are placed from booking.com are allocated to the correct source in Homhero. The other thing to add is the commission sundry for booking.com. If you don't have one set up for booking.com, it does need to be set up in RMS and then synced over to Homhero. This sundry is used to split out the commission for each booking, so you are covering enough funds to pay your booking.com invoice at the end of the month. Unlike the other OTAs, you don't need to set the commission percentage for booking.com because they send the commission amount to Homhero in the back end. Therefore, we automatically calculate the commission required for each booking based on what is sent to us from booking.com. Just remember to always click save if you are updating these settings. The other section you need to update is your rate lift. To update this, all you need to do is head to your booking.com global settings. For those that don't know where this is, this can be found under Channel Management, Connections. Click the spanner icon next to booking.com, then click the green edit pencil to open the settings. Finally, click the pricing tab, then head to your rate lift. This is where you need to set the OTA commission amount for booking.com. Homhero uses a reverse percentage uplift calculator to make it easier to arrive at a percentage that will cover the inclusive percentage uplift of your accommodation, commission, and credit card fees. For example, if your commission is 15%, all you need to do is enter 15% under the OTA commission amount, then click Use Percentage Uplift. Homhero will do all the work and calculate the rest for you. The last section here is for partners that are non-GST registered, which means booking.com will charge GST on top of your commission. This is set up during the onboarding process. However, if the partner ticks that they are GST registered and adds their ABN number, then booking.com will not add 10% GST on top. This is an important one, as new partners need to manually set up one listing first, so booking.com can mirror and copy across the same GST settings for all listings manually. So going back to the non-GST registered partners, where 10% GST is added on top, you would update this in the same global settings as showing on the screen, next to the rate lift settings. All you need to do is add the 10% on top of your rate lifted amount. So if we're going back to the previous example, if your commission is 15%, the total uplifted amount would be 17.65%. Then the GST needs to be applied to that figure, which in this case comes to 19.4%. The reason behind this is that we don't send the uplifted amount, including GST, to booking.com. We only set this on the Homhero side so that when a booking drops in, we increase the commission amount by 10% to cover the GST. This also means we don't have to do the reverse calculations that we would normally have to do in order to cater for the uplift on the commission amount itself.
Awesome, thanks, Eddie. The next myth that we are busting is with cancellation policies and prepayment settings.
This is a really interesting one, Kat, because a lot of partners do come to us thinking they can only have a very flexible policy set up. Is that true?
Absolutely not. So on booking.com, our partners can customize their cancellation policy to whatever their preference is, whether that's a 1-day flex, a 14-day flex, or all the way up to non-refundable. We want to give you the flexibility to choose what is right for your business. And you can also change your policy, so it's not locked in forever and can be adjusted over time. Eddie, can you share where our partners can set this up in Homhero?
Absolutely. Again, all of this is usually done during the onboarding phase. However, if you want to customize the cancellation policy for a single listing, or if you want to change your policy for all of your listings, you can do this in 2 areas. First area is your booking.com global settings. All you need to do is click Channel Management, Connections, spanner icon again, hit the green edit pencil, and over to the Booking Settings tab. This is where your cancellation and prepayment policies will hide. Updating the policies here will change the policy for all of your listings in bulk. It's important to note that if a single listing has an override in place and has a different policy compared to your global settings, it will not be updated from a bulk push when setting it here. You'll actually need to go into the listing itself and do a manual override to change that. To update a policy for a single listing, head to your booking engine and listings page, and then select the booking.com icon you wish to update. Head to the same booking settings tab to find and locate your policies. You will see in the example here that the text is grayed out under the cancellation policy and prepayment policy. This indicates that this is feeding directly from your global settings.
Awesome, thanks, Eddie. We are now going to go through some of booking.com's developments within the short-term rental space, as there has been a lot. The first one is with our payments. So booking.com is continuously exploring ways to make our payment services better for you, We want to give you access to a wider guest market, but more importantly, give you more payment security and lower workload. So we have recently rolled out our new Payments by Booking, which we can now facilitate 100% of all payment for you for all prepaid reservations. So this means that all payments would be guaranteed by Booking.com, which means no risk of chargebacks or chasing invalid cards for you. You have the option to choose if you would prefer to continue with processing the virtual card or receive a bank transfer payout from us. So there are 4 different payment options for your setup, which are highlighted here. The first one, Property Collect, which just means that you would handle 100% of the payment collection from guests. The next option, Exclusive Payments. So this option means that Booking.com collects 100% of all payments on your behalf, and we pay you out via bank transfer. We will also automatically deduct the commission from the payout, which means you do not need to worry about paying invoices each month. The next 2 payment options are what is new. So we have online payments, virtual credit card. This is our recommended payment option, and it just means that we allow guests to pay with their choice of payment method, such as Apple Pay or PayPal, and then that payment is sent in a virtual card to you, and you can go ahead and charge when that reservation becomes non-refundable. Similar with online payments, bank transfer, this allows guests to pay in the same way, but the only difference is that you don't process the card. The amount is sent to you as a bank transfer after the guest checks out.
Thanks, Kat. Currently, we only support Property Collect and VCC with Homhero. However, exclusive payments and bank transfer will be supported very soon. As Kat has highlighted, the virtual credit card payment method is the preferred payment method with Homhero and Booking.com, which we recently shared in one of our newsletters. There is no additional charge for VCCs on the Booking.com side. This amount will be whatever your payment gateway is charging and what you have entered in Homhero as your credit card surcharge. It's important to note that Homhero does uplift the credit card surcharge amount into the total cost that is delivered to Booking.com. This means when you go to charge the VCC or credit card, this surcharge is already incorporated into the total payment that the guest pays. To view or update your credit card surcharges, simply head to your settings, online bookings, and payment method. This is where you can set credit card surcharges for Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. Now, I'd like to also mention for those providers that do charge a higher amount for American Express cards, this will impact the total cost that's shown in Homhero. This is because to make sure we cover enough for the booking, if an Amex was to be used, we will uplift the highest credit card surcharge that is set in Homhero and deliver that to Booking.com. What this means is that if a guest does choose to pay by MasterCard or Visa, there will be a slight difference in the booking confirmation total and the final total that is showing in Homhero once payment is made on the credit card that is not an Amex. Another great feature I'd like to point out that ties into virtual credit cards is the Auto Bill VCC cards toggle. This is purely designed to automatically charge VCC cards once they become active. However, it was actually switched to 1 day after arrival as a requirement back in COVID times from Booking.com. I'm happy to say that we will actually be changing this feature back to the original method as of next week, and it will bill virtual credit cards automatically once the card is active. We will send a mail out to everyone when this feature is updated. Just so you know, the way this works is that when this toggle is turned on the day the card becomes active, you will get a report with successful and failed charges. This way, if it does fail, you'll be notified so you can flag the issue as soon as possible.
Thanks, Eddie. As previously mentioned, we did originally start as an OTA for more traditional accommodation types. However, over the last 7 years, we have made a lot of improvements to make it easier for our home partners that manage holiday rentals to list and work with us. We are always open to feedback, and here is one of the things that we have developed based on your feedback. We understand how it's important for some of your property owners to only accept bookings on request basis for various reasons. So we have released Request to Book feature that is now available for new properties in Australia. So how does it work? The guest sees your property during regular search on the front end and then finalizes the request from their end. The request then comes into your mailbox and you can review the guest's information to make a decision whether you want to accept the booking or not. As a property manager, you will have 24 hours to decide. However, if the 24 hours has passed, the request will be automatically declined. If you are happy to accept the request, the guest will be notified and asked to finalize the reservation from their end. So, what information can you see to make an informative decision about whether you want to accept the booking or not? Here's an example. Apart from the standard details about the dates and the size of the party, we can also see if the guest is new to the platform, if they have ever been reported by another accommodation before, and when they started using the platform. We would also recommend downloading our Pulse app on your phone to stay up to date with the requests and being able to quickly respond to guests on the go. Eddie, maybe can you share if this can be set up via Homhero?
Not currently, Kat, but it's a new feature coming soon. I can, however, give you a sneak peek of what will change from the Homhero side. The main thing is that all requests from booking.com will drop into the Homhero dashboard. Just like the other OTAs, you'll be able to open up the reservation request and accept or decline it within 24 hours, all via Homhero. The other setting that needs to be updated is the booking type on the listing settings. This needs to be updated to request to book for this to work. For now, request to book does need to be set up and managed by booking.com. However, we will send an update when this is live and available via Homhero.
Awesome, thanks, Eddie. Another great feature that we have recently launched is focused on operational efficiency. We fully understand the stress of managing multiple properties and doing end-of-month checks. So we wanted to make it easy for you. And so if you're working with booking.com to collect the payments, you'll have the ability to access financial reporting on your group extranet page. You have the flexibility of selecting what exactly you would like to see. But the idea is to provide a clear overview of the money that you have received from us and what reservations it was for, and also the full breakdown. If you haven't tried it, I would highly recommend. It's definitely a time saver. Awesome. And as previously mentioned earlier, some very exciting news regarding with our integration of AI and the future of travel. As we know, this is a hot topic at the moment. I'm just showing a video now of how it works. This is actually already available for guests in Australia. So the trip planner allows customers to share their travel preferences, receive recommendations for places to go or stay, get custom itineraries, or answer any travel questions. So it provides customers with virtual lists of potential destinations and properties, and customers can chat back and forth between the AI chat. With booking.com, our aim has always been to leverage technology to make travel easier. And with this AI trip planner, it's just another step for us in our ongoing journey to explore how we can bring more value and enjoyment to our travelers. So if you haven't checked it out already, you'll be able to do so now if you're looking to book an upcoming holiday.
Awesome. Thanks, Kat. So that brings us to the Q&As. We've had quite a few questions come up through the chat, so let's jump on them now. If we don't have time to cover your questions though, we'll definitely reach out after the webinar. Okay. So the first one here is, with payment options, can this be set up on an account level or property level? Kat, you might be best to answer this one.
Awesome. Yeah, great question. This can be set up on a property level. So if you just have some properties you wanted to trial certain payment method on, it's not something that you will have to do across a whole account level. It's something that you can pick certain properties to be part of or not.
Perfect. Thank you, Kat. Our next question here is there a charge for VCC? Kat?
Okay, so with booking.com, I know this was previously mentioned, but there is no charge for using the virtual card payment method from us. It just comes down to your payment gateway and what credit card surcharge that has been set in Homhero.
Great. We'll look at another one here. Often I try to get in touch with booking.com, but I don't know who to reach out to.
Yes, great question. So with booking.com, there is quite a few different ways to get in touch with our team, and it does depend on what the topic of your query is. But most importantly, I guess just to highlight here, if you have an issue or query with a rate, with a policy, or with a feature, then you should be reaching out to Homhero as your first point of contact. What the Homhero team then do is they have a look, and then if there is any issue, they then can get our team to investigate it. If you have a query related to a reservation, this is something that will need to go through our customer service team. Actually, it's quite good that this question came up because I have shared on my next slide some ways that you can reach out. So there is a contact phone number there, and there is the email for our reservations team. So you just need to put in what the booking.com reservation number is at my.booking.com. And yeah, I'll just keep on the slide because we are present in many ways and in many events around Australia. It would be great if you are planning to attend any of these to come and say hi. I will be attending a few coming up in Sydney and the Gold Coast. And then, yeah, as mentioned there, some contact information for reservations. And then if your query is regarding like invoices or reviews, you can also send a message through the extranet so the relevant team can support you. Also, if you are interested in working with booking.com and you've liked anything you've seen here today, I would be more than happy to speak with you. I am in the onboarding team, so that is part of my role, and there's 5 of us here. So if you have any questions, please reach out. I've got our contact details on the following slide. And also, if you are already working with us and you have any questions about what has been covered today, more than happy for you to reach out to myself or Eddie as well.
Thanks, Kat. That's awesome. Look, I just probably want to finish up here with our contact information. So if you do need to reach out to us, they should be on the screen now for you. So anything with Homhero support, obviously you can always keep contacting our support team. Anything that you want to discuss about the webinar, you can contact me directly. Or if you're interested in signing up with booking.com, just send me a quick email. But yeah, thanks everyone for taking the time out of your day to learn about the benefits of working with booking.com. But yeah, we would definitely like to hear your feedback. And yeah, love to hear your thoughts. So thanks again, everyone.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.